have a scarf or a blanket to put under your sits bones to make your torso a little bit higher, that sometimes helps. And then just sit with your hands either facing down on your knees or flip them facing the ceiling. Close your eyes and just start to breathe in and out of your nose. With every inhale, see if you can elongate the spine, and with every exhale, see if you can drop your shoulders down an inch. Second, while we're just focusing on our breath, to set an intention for today's practice. It can be spiritual, it can be religious, it can be dedicated to someone, it can be purely physical. Maybe it's about having better balance today or becoming more flexible, but just set a really specific goal for today's practice. Today, since Adam is joining us and we've been doing Alexander technique all last year, my motto personally is going to be, I have time. So just trying not to force any of the poses or judge yourself, and just taking your time to flow in and out from one position to the other. Now as you exhale, it can either be now out of the nose or out of the mouth, whatever feels better for this moment. I want you to very gently constrict the back of your throat so it sounds like the sound of crashing waves when you exhale, so it'll sound like this. Start to let all of your air out. We're going to inhale all together on a 4 count and hold it at the top for 4 counts. So let all of your air out. And then inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2. Hold at the top 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Start to breathe normally. If Ujjayi breathing feels good for you, so the sound of crashing waves on your exhale, then I want you to continue that for the rest of class. If it doesn't feel super great for you, then just breathe normally. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. We'll start with nice shoulder rolls up and back. Relax the muscles in your face. And then when you're ready, take it forward. Take a nice deep breath in. Take your gaze towards the ceiling on your inhale. And exhale, chin to chest. 2 more. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest. 1 more time. Inhale, up towards the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look over to the right shoulder. Exhale, gently look over to the left. Again, inhale over to the right. Exhale over to the left. 1 more time, inhale over to the right. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, look to the right. This time take the back of your left hand to the back of your right leg. Lengthen the spine and take your back fingertips towards the back in a little twist. Inhale here, lengthen the spine even more. On your exhale, twist a little deeper if it's accessible to you. And one more time, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. This time, if you can grab your left hip with your right hand, go ahead and grab that. And release that stretch. Go ahead and switch sides. Back of the right palm comes to the back of the left leg. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, on your exhale, take that twist towards the back. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, maybe fighting that bind. And release that stretch. Let your right forearm find the mat. Take the left arm overhead. Keep your left sits bones on the floor and then take your gaze to your elbow. Walk your fingertips through center really slowly, crossing your hands. Letting the weight of your head just kind of take over so you have the stretch in your upper back. And then let your left forearm find the floor. Right arm overhead, keeping your right sits bones on the floor. Gaze towards your elbow. Gently walk it back up to center. This time take your feet together so you're in a butterfly. So your heels are close to your torso. And use your elbows to give yourself a gentle push into the mat, opening up the glutes and the hips. From here, walk the heels out about 4 inches, so you went from a butterfly to a diamond. You're going to continue pressing into your inner thighs, but this time we're going to take a light bend so that our forehead finds the arch of our feet. If you can't get there, totally cool, just kind of hang there. Feel that stretch in the back of the neck and the upper back. Try to press the shoulders away from the ears without creating tension in the neck at all. We'll hold here for about 10 seconds. Continue those nice deep breaths. And gently roll on up. Before we come to all fours, we're just going to get all the kinks out of our back. So you're going to come forward, pressing your elbows into your inner thighs, finding a flat back, so a stretch in the hips. And then with the flat back, come straight up and then roll it chin to chest and hold a backwards curve in the spine here. So now you're stretching out the back. And you're going to take this flow at your own pace. You're going to go from pressing flat back, hip stretch, all the way up chin to chest, hold in that spinal curve. We'll take this for the next 20 seconds, so take it at your own pace. But keep your breath, your inhale and your exhale super regular, so no holding your breath. Time for about 2 more. And release that stretch. Stand up nice and tall. You're going to take your peace fingers in between your big toe and your second toe. I have sand all over my feet, so don't look at my feet and dust. And then go ahead and just straighten the legs. If you can. If you need to keep them bent, totally fine. If that doesn't feel good on your lower back, so whatever you need. but try to maintain a flat back or close to it. Try to straighten those legs here. Give yourself, I'll turn this way, you can stay where you are. A slight pull in the elbows. We'll stay here for 3 breaths, and then if you're more flexible, you have the option to fold forward. Last breath here. If you're folding forward, maybe you grab the tops of the feet or the sides of the feet or underneath your feet. One more breath. Gently using your hands, walk yourself up so you don't put any of that tension in your lower back. Sit straight up nice and tall. You're going to grab onto your left foot with your right hand. You're going to lift that foot up in the air. If that's enough for you, you stay right there. If you have to bend the leg, totally cool. And then if you're here nice and tall, the left arm's going to go towards your back. One more breath. Gently untwist first, and then you can bend that leg and extend it so you don't have that tension, that grab in your lower back. Same thing, you're going to grab onto the right foot with your left hand, peel it off the floor, and then maybe take that twist to the back wall. One more breath here. And release that stretch. Gently open up to a straddle. If you're not super flexible right here, go ahead and bend your right leg to make it a little bit easier for you. So you can either be in a full straddle, or you can bend that right leg in. Either way, we're going to take our torso to the left leg. Keep your sits bones on the floor, stay nice and tall, and then gently walk yourself down. It doesn't have to go super far down. You'll feel that stretch in your hamstring and in your side. One more breath, and go ahead and gently walk yourself back up. And switch sides. If you need to bend the left leg, bend the left leg. Take your torso towards the right. And then when you're ready, gently walk yourself down. From here, if you're in a full straddle, or if you're not and want to try a full straddle, open up just a little bit. We have about 10 seconds to kind of walk yourself down at your own pace. You can be up super high. You want to make sure that your knees are facing the ceiling the whole time. And just take that inner thigh stretch. One more breath. Then from here, depending on flexibility, you're either going to go back to a butterfly and then gently on your hands and knees, or if you have it, you're going to just very gently pull yourself through the straddle all the way through to your frog at your own pace. And then you'll gently make your way to your hands and knees. So now hands directly under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll take a couple cat-cows when you're there. So inhale, drop the belly, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Take a couple more of these at your own pace, remembering that you have time, so not rushing anything or forcing anything. And if it feels nice, you can take a little spine chew. So you can take it around in a circle, or you can take it low and then high, whatever feels good for you. From here, you're going to go ahead and take that left leg behind you. Rock back and forth on the ball of that foot. And then on your next inhale, you'll lift that left leg into the air. Right arm in opposition, stretch, inhale. And on your exhale, take your knee in toward your elbow. 2 more of those. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Bend that left leg, take it out to the side. Right arm comes out to the side. You have the option to stay here or straighten that left leg for 3 breaths. From here, you're going to come back in opposition, so your legs behind you, arms in front of you. Bend the back leg, and then reach back to your shoelaces. Kick into your hand, and then eventually find that twist towards the right shoulder. Release that. You're going to switch sides, so you're going to take your right hand to the mat. Left arm comes up in the air. So this is more of a challenge for your balance. I often have trouble with it. So getting into our crescent moon, you're going to grab onto that left shoelace. Sometimes it's helpful to walk your right fingertips out just a little bit. And then kick into your hands, stacking your hips. And eventually taking your gaze towards the left shoulder. And release that stretch. Left leg finds the floor again. Right ball of your foot goes behind you. You're going to gently rock back and forth. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift the right leg in the air, left arm in opposition, hold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your elbow in towards your knee. Again, inhale, lengthen, 2 more. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. You're going to inhale, lengthen, flex the right leg, take it out to the side, left arm towards the side. Option to stay or straighten that leg, 3 breaths. Back to the center from here. We're going to bend that right leg, grab onto the shoelace with our left hand, kick into our hand, and then gently find that twist. Release that stretch. The left hand walks its way out just a little bit. You're going to square off your hips, grab onto the shoelace with your right hand. Harder option. Kick into your hand, square, or stack your hips, and then take your gaze to the right shoulder. Release that stretch. From here, find your first child's pose. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Take your gaze to your hands. Make sure the pointer finger's going straight forward. Rest of your fingers are sprawling out to the sides of your mat. Curl your toes, pike up your hips. First downward facing dog. So don't push. Just very gently let yourself come into it. Make sure that the points of your fingertips are pushing into the mat so all the weight is not in your heels. Take a micro bend in those legs to get into those shoulders. And then play with straightening the legs a little bit. And then bend them again on your inhale. And on your exhale, straighten. 1 more time, bend, inhale. And exhale, straighten. From here, come to your first high palm plank. If you had to move your hands at all, then your downward facing dog was a tiny bit off. So So your hands are directly under your shoulders. We're gonna widen our stance just a little bit. And then without wiggling your torso, you're gonna take 10 shoulder taps, really slowly. 6, 4, for 2, and 1. Walk your feet back so they're hip-width distance apart, and then push through the fingertips again. Downward facing dog, pedal out the heels. From here, sassily crisscross your legs so that your feet meet your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. From here, since we already took this stretch on the floor, we should be a little bit warmer. Find your peace fingers, put them in between your big toe and your second toe. Take a little flat back, and on your exhale, gently let your torso get closer to the tops of your thighs. If that's too much for you, just keep your hands on the tops of your quads and take a slight bend in the legs. Take a slight bend in the legs and roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. All right, come to the front of your mats. We're gonna take our feet together. Interlace the fingers, getting into our sun salutations today. Every time we take our bow down, I want you to think about your intention, so surrendering into your intention. So interlace your fingers. Inhale, take that back bend. So you're gonna squeeze the butt, squeeze the thighs, open up the chest, and exhale, surrender forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, step the right leg behind you and drop your knee to the floor. Then scoop up those hands so that they're overhead. Option to stay or interlace the fingers, getting into that right hip flexor. Squeeze the right butt cheek to open up that hip flexor a little bit more. One more inhale here. And exhale, take your hands to either side of that left leg. Curl the back toes, find your high palm plank. From here, we only drop the knees, the chest, and the chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. So your butt's in the air. Nice deep breath here. On your exhale, scoop forward to a mini cobra, so nothing crazy yet. On your next exhale, pike it up, downward facing dog. Step your right leg in between your hands, drop the left knee to the floor so it's your opposite leg in front. Take the arms overhead, maybe interlace the fingers, squeeze the left butt cheek to open up the left hip flexor. One more breath. And exhale, take your hands to either side of that right leg. Step your legs together. Uttanasana. Interlace the fingers. On your inhale, you come all the way up, find that back bend. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the thighs. And exhale, hands through your heart in prayer. Whole Tadasana. So just widen your stance, close your eyes, drop your shoulders down. Think about your feet sinking deeper into the mat or the floor. All right, we're gonna do that all one more time. Walk your feet together, interlace the fingers. Inhale, find that back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right leg behind you, drop the knee. Exhale, bring the arms overhead or interlace the fingers. Option is stay here for another 2 breaths, or you can find that twist towards the right hamstring, or you can grab onto that back shoelace, put it in your elbow and bind in front of your body or behind your head. One more breath. Release that stretch. Take the hands to either side of that left leg. High palm plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, chin, find the mat. On your next exhale, scoot forward, mini cobra. Downward facing dog. Step the right leg forward in between your hands. Drop your left knee to the floor. Scoop the arms above the head. Maybe interlace the fingers. Option to stay or find that light twist towards the left hamstring, or you can add that quad stretch. Maybe binding in front or behind your body. One more breath. On your exhale, find both of your legs together, Uttanasana. Interlace the fingers, inhale, find that back bend. Exhale, hands through prayer. Open up the palms, widen the stance, Tadasana. Close your eyes, just breathe. All right, open your eyes. Second round of sun salutations. So we're going to take the arms above the head. We did our back bends, so now we're going to take it out to the side. So when you inhale, take the arms out to the side. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or jump back to your plank. First chaturanga, so move your weight forward. We'll take this nice and slow. It's harder to take it slow. And then only coming down, elbows grazing the side until you're 90 degrees. So your body's not past your elbows. You're gonna hold it here for 4 counts. For 2. And 1, snake forward. This time we have either a higher cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze towards your fingertips. Hop or walk your way back up towards your hands. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, spiral those arms out towards the ceiling. And exhale, down by your side. All right, round 2. Inhale, take the arms up by your ears. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hop or jump your way to your high palm plank. Find your first chaturanga, hold it. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your upward facing dog. Then pike it up, downward facing dog. Take your gaze towards your hands, hop or jump or walk, sorry. Your feet up to your hands. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms out towards your ears. Exhale, arms by your side. We're gonna build up some heat today, so just gonna change things up. Come to the back of your mat. We got a little flow for about 2 minutes, so get nice and sweaty. This is what the flow looks like. You're gonna roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. You're gonna come up to your high palm plank. You're gonna pike it up, tap your opposite elbows. Find your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Walk it back. You're gonna do the whole thing again. So again, it's down, high palm plank, pike it up, tap, tap into your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So let's begin at your own pace. You've got 2 minutes, just kind of getting the body moving. Definitely not forcing the upward facing dog. So if you feel any weird compression in the lower back, then don't come up as high. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling evenly. Keep going, I'm gonna watch you for a moment. Amazing. In about 10 seconds, we're going to be in our high palm plank. 4, 3, 2, we're in our high palm plank hold. Take your left toes off the floor, take a nice deep breath. On your exhale, take the left knee to the left elbow, take your weight forward, hold. One more breath. And exhale, hold it up. So you're going to feel that catch in the right quad. So instead of going into that downward facing dog, we're going to feel that burn here. Nice deep breath. On your exhale, cross the left knee to your right elbow. Hold. One more breath. Exhale, hold. Feeling that catch in the right quad. Left leg still lifted. This time on our next exhale, we're going to take our knee towards our head. So we're going to let our forehead meet the knee and go exhale, hold. Pike it back, high palm plank, take your weight forward, arms are feeling it now. Hold your chaturanga. We got 4 inches here. So it's down inch, return it for 3, for 2, and 1. Don't let yourself collapse. Now find your downward facing dog. Widen your feet out to hip width distance, pedal through the heels. 4 counts, then we're back in our high palm plank. 3, 2, 1. High palm plank, right leg lifts off the floor. Nice deep breath. On your exhale, move your weight forward. Right knee finds your right elbow. One more breath. Hold it back up. High palm plank, right leg lifted. Nice deep breath in. On your exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Hold. Hike it back. One more. Deep breath in. On your exhale, forehead to knee. Hold. Right leg finds the floor, holding your high palm plank. Take it to chaturanga. 4 inches, down an inch. Return it. 3, for 2, and 1. Tuck it back, downward facing dog. Push through the fingertips to protect your wrists. Take the right leg in the sky, little pulses up. Then bend the right knee to open up the hips. Option to stay or follow the movement of the right leg, finding your wild thing or rock star. One more breath. And then back to that 3-legged downward facing dog. Replace that right leg to the floor. We're almost there. Left leg reaches up towards the ceiling. Little pulses here. And then eventually bending that left knee, opening up that hip. Option to stay or follow that all the way around, finding your wild thing or rock star. And come right back to that 3-legged downward facing dog. Put that left leg on the floor. Take your gaze to your hands. Step your right leg forward. Spiral up, low lunge. So from here, bend the back leg a little bit. Square off your hips. Tuck your hips a tiny bit. And then straighten that back leg again. Hands to prayer. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Push into that leg so that your prayer eventually comes to the center of your chest. Gaze spiraling towards that right shoulder. Come right back to center, hands to prayer. Take the arms overhead. We're gonna lift the left leg off the floor to meet the right in a passe or either legs together. So you're gonna push off the right leg, find a passe. So balance challenge here. From here, we're gonna go straight into our warrior one with our right leg in front. So your left leg's gonna turn out and find the back of your mat. Make sure your hips stay square to the right leg, shoulders are down. Two more breaths here. On your next exhale, open it up, warrior two. So now the front heel makes a direct line to the arch of your back leg. Your gaze is towards that right middle finger. Thinking about your intention, thinking about having time, even if you're shaking, feeling tired today. Flip the front palm, right leg stays where it is. Find your reverse warrior. One more breath. Start to straighten the front leg, reverse Trikonasana. You can get a little deeper in that waistline. And back to warrior two. Hold. One more breath here. On your exhale, straighten the front leg, square off your hips, take your torso forward, and then eventually grazing the mat or grabbing onto the shin, finding your Trikonasana. One more breath. Let your left arm meet the right. Parallel that back leg out so you have a stretch in that right leg. Pyramid pose. And then take your left hand to the inside of that right leg, or maybe grab the shins. And the right arm spirals up. Revolving Trikonasana. One more breath. From here, back to Trikonasana, spiral out that back leg again. And then find your warrior two. Square your hips back off, grab your hands behind your back. If you have better shoulders than I do, keep your palms pressed. Take your gaze towards the ceiling, and then swan dive forward, humble warrior. Nice deep breath. On your exhale, find your warrior two. From here, take the right elbow to your leg. The left arm spirals up. Option to stay, side angle pose. Or take an extended side angle pose with your fingertips touching the floor. Or taking a full bind. If you're in your full bind and want to find your birds of paradise, go ahead and take all of your weight to that left leg, pick the right leg up, maybe extend it. We'll be here for 10 seconds. One more breath. On your next exhale, go ahead and find the original side angle pose. And then from here, spiral back out, warrior two. From here, let your left arm meet the right. We're gonna push back off our right leg, find warrior three. Woo, taking your time. One more breath. On your exhale, fold, forward standing split. Maybe start to pulse up that back leg. back leg, kind of what we did on all fours. If you can, reach back with your right arm, grab onto that shoelace, kick into your hand. You'll eventually find your gaze to your right shoulder. Release that stretch. You're going to walk your right fingertips out to the right corner of your mat, square off your hips. Take the left arm eventually towards the ceiling and your gaze towards the left arm. If you want for a harder option, you can bend that left leg, grab onto the shoelace, kick into your hand, same as we did on all fours. From wherever you are, come back to your standing split. This time, we're going to bend the right leg. Let the left leg reach behind you, drop the knee to the floor, and then heel toe that right leg towards the edge of your mat so that your heel is towards your torso, toes are pointed away. Lizard pose, option to stay on the tops of your hands if you have tight glutes or hips, or you can come down to your forearms. Keeping your gaze a couple feet in front of you. One more breath. On your exhale, gently walk to the tops of your hands, this time crossing the right leg across the body, finding your pigeon. So you're eventually going to let that right knee find the floor. Maybe come to the tops of your hands, or you can fold back to your forearms. Here we're going to hold for about 30 seconds, so just close your eyes, focus on your breath. With every exhale, trying to surrender a little deeper into the stretch. We hold a lot of emotional tension in our hips and our glutes. So really trying to give yourself time here. Gently make your way to your palms. You're going to curl your back toes, find your high palm plank. Walk your right hand to the center. Transition to that right side plank. Take the left arm towards the ceiling. You have the option to stay or find your tree, or if you want, you take your peace fingers, grab your big toe, and take that leg long and strong towards the front or towards the side. One more breath. Come back through center. Hike up your hips, downward facing dog, pedal through those heels, hold. I'm just going to walk to the other side of the mat so it's easier for you to see. And then take your left leg forward. We got that nice long lunge, the low one. So nice low lunge, left leg forward. When you're ready, spiral those arms overhead. Bend the back leg, tuck your hips, hold, and then straighten that back leg, opening up that hip flexor. From here, take your hands to prayer. Take the right elbow to the outside of that left leg, spiral, find that twist, eventually taking your prayer to the center of your chest, gaze towards the left shoulder. breath, then back towards center. Arms overhead. Same thing, we're gonna try to push off the left leg, trying to find your passe, or maybe just stepping together. So when you're ready, just going for it. From here, you're gonna step it back, right leg behind, warrior one. Square off your hips. Maybe cheat that right leg out to the side if you need to get that right hip forward. One more breath. Deep inhale. On your exhale, take it to a warrior two. If you cheated that back leg, take it so that the left heel makes a direct line to the arch of your back leg. From here, flip the front palm, find your reverse warrior. Nice deep breath on your exhale. Straighten that front leg, reverse Trikonasana. And back to warrior two. Pointer finger and thumb come together, rest that left elbow on the top of your left leg. Take the right arm overhead, side angle pose. Gaze towards your left elbow. Option to stay or find your extended side angle. Or you can bind it. If you're in your bind and want to find that Birds of Paradise pose, go ahead and take your weight to the right side. Lift that left leg off the floor, maybe straighten it. Three more breaths. If you're in your bind, release it, and then come back with your left elbow on your leg. Nice deep breath on your exhale, warrior two. This time, straighten the front leg. Take your torso forward, find your Trikonasana, maybe grabbing the top of your shin, or taking the left fingertips to the floor. From here, close the chapter in your book. So right arm comes down, shorten your stance, and parallel that back leg out, pyramid pose. Take the right hand to the inside of that left leg, spiral that left arm towards the ceiling. Back to pyramid pose, step that right leg back, find your warrior two. From here, square off your hips again, take your hands behind your back, keep your palms pressed if you can, shoulders back, gaze towards the ceiling, surrender forward, humble warrior. Nice deep breath in. On your exhale, back out to warrior two. Right arm meets the left, square off your hips. Same thing as finding our passe that I didn't do very successfully. You're going to push off the left leg, find your warrior three. Two more breaths. Let yourself fall forward, maybe pike up that back leg, take a little pulse. Right fingertips stay on the floor, bend that right leg. If it's accessible to you, grab the back shoelace, kick into your hand, eventually turn towards that left shoulder. One more breath. then take the left fingertips to the left corner of your mat, square up your hips. Take the right arm towards the ceiling, maybe grab onto that back shoelace. One more breath. On your exhale, back to that standing split. This time, you're gonna take that deep lunge, letting your right leg find the floor, and then find the top of that knee. Spiral out that left leg so it's turned out, heels towards your torso, toes are away. Option to stay on the tops of your hands, or come down to your forearm lizard pose. Keeping your gaze a couple feet in front of you. Exhale, walk up back to your hands, heel toe your left leg, cross the body, find your pigeon. Flex the heel or the foot to protect your knee. Option to stay on the tops of your hands. Or you can fold forward to your forearms. We'll hold here for a while, so just close your eyes and breathe. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, come back up to your hands, curl your back toes, find your high palm plank. Take the left hand towards the center of your mat, stack your feet, or if you need to drop that bottom knee, you can. Option to stay or find your tree, or maybe you grab with your peace fingers your big toe and take it overhead. One more breath. Come back to that high palm plank, pike up the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal through the heels. And then walk your hands to meet your toes this time. Take a slight bend in the legs and very slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. When you've come up, take the shoulders away from your ears. I'm going to face you over here. Just have a couple balance poses before we get back into our abs and then our back stretches, and then we'll be out. So take your right leg, I'll mirror you, I'll take my left, and just hold it straight out here. Now that might be enough for you. You can play with taking that right arm overhead. If you want more of a challenge, take your peace fingers, grab onto your right big toe. Mine is pretty sweaty, so it might be challenging. And then you'll take that big toe straight out in front of you. My hands are too sweaty. And then if you've got it straight out in front, take it out to the side. I'll watch you since it's not enough of you. Yes, Brianna. Yes, Rosa. Yes, Dana. Nice. Nice. Now, if you're out to the side, take it straight through center first. So don't just come out of it. And then back in, hold. And then very gently come to standing. Good. Go ahead and switch sides. So grab onto the left then. Maybe you hold here. Maybe the left or right arm comes overhead. Or you take your peace fingers, grab your big toe, take it straight out in front of you. If you have the flexibility, maybe you take it out to the side, maybe your left arm comes overhead. And then eventually back through center, and then grabbing onto that right leg. Back to standing. Good. So now, when you come to the back of your mat, you're going to take your hands behind your back, and it's going to be a tipping pose. So you're going to try to, with one foul swoop, go straight from here to more of an extended warrior three so that eventually your head is lower than your leg. If you can keep your palms pressed a little closer than mine, even better, and then you're going to step out of it, warrior two, and then back to center. You're going to do the right leg 3 times at your own pace, and then you're going to try it over to your left. If you don't feel safe with your hands clasped behind your back, you can interlace your fingers. So at your own pace, you'll step the right leg forward, and immediately take that swan dive with your head towards the floor, left leg a little higher than your head, eventually finding warrior two, back to neutral. Good, and remember you have time, so don't try to rush anything, just listen to your body. Good, Marissa. Good, Amanda. Should we start, if you haven't already, maybe try the other side. If it feels good, maybe you hold it a little bit longer if you're feeling really balanced. Maybe one leg is a little better than the other. Each time trying to get out of it more gracefully. Good, amazing. Finish up whatever one you're on. And then gently come to a seated position and then on your back. Well, not quite on your back. You're gonna sit on your sits bones. It is almost 11:30. We have only about, I'd say, 6 more minutes. So if you can, stay in there for 6 more minutes. Sorry if I went over today. Grab the backs of your legs. Find that C-sit position. You have the option to stay here or lift those legs off the floor. Or if you have a full boat, maybe you straighten the legs. Maybe the arms come overhead. Hold it here for 10 seconds. Instead of coming straight out of it, especially if you're in full boat, you're going to come to a hover. So hold where you are for 4 more seconds and then come to a hover. 4, 3, 2, 1, hover, hold. Take your arms towards your toes, get off the brow line, little flutter kicks. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in towards the chest. Gently rock side to side. And then let your feet find the floor. Alright, so my favorite part of class because it just feels so good. We're going to go into our back stretches. So, we're going to start nice and easy in our bridge. It's a yoga bridge, not a bar bridge. Woo! So you're going to try to wiggle your shoulders underneath your torso and then just lift the hips. So it's less of a glute exercise and more of a back and shoulder stretch. Maybe you keep your palms pressed. One more breath here. On your exhale, wiggle your shoulders back out and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, come back down. If you have any lower back pain at all, you're either going to flip over to child's pose if that was too much, or you're going to do that bridge twice more. If you don't, this time we're going to wiggle our shoulders underneath our torso and pike up our hips to our shoulder stand. We're going to hold here for about 5 breaths to get the benefits of this inversion. Taking the strain off of our organs, letting the blood rush the opposite way. We're eventually going to find our plow if you have a healthy back seat. I like to do it one leg at a time so I'm more in control. You can do it with both of your legs bent with your knees by your ears, or you can take your legs nice and straight. Close your eyes. Just hold this really intense stretch. From here, very gently bend your knees, grab the back of your lower back, and use your abdominals to very gently bring your legs back to the floor, because that can be pretty intense. Keep your feet flat on the floor for a moment while your body adjusts. If you feel okay, you can take those windmills, taking the knees very gently side to side. If your back is spasming or doing anything weird, just chill there for a moment. You have the option to take your boat, relax for a moment, or if you want, we'll go into our wheel for our final back bend. So you can take your hands by your ears, and then pressing into your hands and feet, find your back bend. You eventually want your head to go in between your hands if you have the flexibility, and your legs to be totally straight. I'm obviously not there today, but I know for me, I like to come to releve and rock my weight forward to get into my shoulders. And then when you've had enough of that, you'll gently roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you're ready, go ahead and take your knees to the right side. If you want a deeper twist, cross the left knee over the right, and then take the left arm away from the body. Using your abdominals, lift your knees in towards your chest center. And then very gently take it to the other side. If you want to cross that right leg over the left, you can. Using your abdominals, bring your knees back in towards your chest. You have the option to keep your feet flat on the floor at this moment if you have a bad lower back, or you can take the legs straight out. Just let them flop over, take your shoulders away from the ears, close your eyes. Getting into our Shavasana. We'll be here for 1 minute. So just try to focus on your breath and let gravity totally take over, relaxing all of the muscles in your face, your body. If you feel like there's a part of your body that's grabbing, don't try to fix it, but with your next exhale, just kind of give it a thought. moment to think about what you would love another person to say to you right now. What is one thing you would really, really love or need to hear today? And then I want you to take a second and say that thing to yourself. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, and then without rushing it, you'll make your way to your right side fetal position, the position of safety, security, love. And then with your eyes still closed, you make your way up to a comfortable seated position, whether that's lotus, crisscross applesauce, or on the tops of your knees, eyes still closed with your hands resting on your legs, either face down or palms facing up. When you're ready, take your prayer to your third eye. Take a nice deep breath. On your exhale, we'll find our bow forward, our final prayer, our seal of intention. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
You too.